I'm here at Geylang Lorong 29 Charcoal Fried Hokkien Mee, a legendary fried Hokkien Mee place, in search of the best Hokkien Mee in Singapore. And today we are here for their fried Hokkien Mee. For our international audience, Hokkien Mee is a quintessential Singaporean dish where a rich seafood stock is cooked into a combination of egg and rice noodles, usually accompanied with garlic and lard, and then topped with sambal, chili and lime. It is a ridiculously flavorful dish because of how much taste you can squeeze into the dish. Crustaceans flavors, fatty flavors, acidity, spiciness, garlic. I truly adore this recipe. And we are starting the series with the highest profile Hokkien Mee on the island. There might be better places, but I'm pretty sure that this is the most famous one. I mean, when the goat food YouTuber Mark Wins asked local legend KF Sito where to eat good Singaporean food, this is where they came from Hokkien Mee. You don't get a much better stamp of approval than that. So let's get it, boys. 一个 Hokkien Mee 10块的 Two things. One, this is a $10 portion. This is not actually on Geylang Lorong 29. This is East Coast Road in this like hawker bar. So that probably contributes to the higher price. Although I don't believe the rental is any more expensive. But for $10, maybe I haven't had Hokkien Mee for a while, but it's kind of pricey, no? For this portion. The sambal too, really little. Obviously, I think you can get more at the counter. Also, this seems like a wet-ish version. Fun fact, the wet and dry versions are cooked exactly the same way. The wet version happens when the noodles are saturated and cannot take in any more stock, so any remainder stock just flows out. Whereas the dry version is just, you let it absorb a certain amount of stock and then you stop it there and continue frying it. Anyway, let's start the new series. I'm not gonna add anything first. What an incredible flavor. What an incredible flavor. So much seafood flavor combined with the egginess all squeezed into the noodles. It's really why Hokkien Mee is so good. If you think about food and taste as a, chemistry concentration, right? There is probably like 2 bowls of soup, right, worth of flavor within these noodles right now. 2 bowls, Eldrick? But the plate is so small, how can it fit 2 bowls? That's the benefit of having cooked Hokkien Mee before. These noodles can really drink. You top up stock, it disappears. You top up stock, it disappears. So in order for it to reach the saturation point, you actually end up squeezing a lot of flavor in. And it's probably the reason why Hokkien Mee can be expensive sometimes. Because this seafood stock is not cheap to make. You still have to spend a lot of money on the ingredients. And then the noodles end up drinking so much of it. There will be places that will try to get away with, a less concentrated stock. But then the noodle will suffer. Let's try the chili and the calamansi. Calamansi just makes this dish explode. It's like a fundamental culinary theory. When you put acidity on something fatty, right, the flavors will just boom ba. This is great, but I actually have more to say about the misses. For $10, this is not enough. The amount of noodles is just not enough. This is a snack and I'm not even a big eater. Even not talking about the noodles and ingredients, the amount of pork lard as toppings and chili in the saucer, right, is so little. And these are very cheap things. I'm not coming at it as, I'm trying to squeeze the hawker for value because I really don't like that. But to skimp on like pork lard and chili is more of a hospitality thing. And because the noodles aren't enough, we aren't able to tackle a very big Hokkien Mee problem. And that is gelatinous, or how fast you get sick of the flavor. Generally in food, the fattier and richer the flavor, the faster you get sick of it. And the great Hokkien Mees, right, are able to tread that line, delivering seafood flavor and fatty lard flavor while still maintaining a certain balance about it. Because this is the first episode, I want to flag it up because this is something that I'll be looking at. I have tasted plenty of good Hokkien Mees, but by the 5th, 7th mouth in, right, you feel so uncomfortable. Another miss is, despite being charcoal fried, I actually taste very little wok hei. For our international audience, wok hei is a certain level of smokiness or burntness to a dish that is brought about by high heat wok cooking. There is a very in-depth explanation for that, but generally, high heat is a precursor to achieving that flavor. And when you are not able to maintain that temperature in your wok, then you will lose that flavor because you are not able to burn the noodles. Quite commonly in street food, wok cooked street food, you can see like streaks of blackness on noodles, on stir fries that will give it that flavor. However, again, since the first episode, I want to say that wok hei is not that important in Hokkien Mee. It is the cherry on the cupcake. I think a lot of people look for wok hei as like the holy grail and the thing to look for, but it's not that important. Delivering a solid seafood flavor, a good noodle dish is more important than the wok hei. Same goes with all the other stir fries. And I'm ready to give the verdict. 1 noodle I'll walk for the Hokkien Mee, 2 noodles I'll take a bus for the Hokkien Mee, and 3 noodles I'll go anywhere in Singapore for the Hokkien Mee. And Geylang Lorong 29 fried Hokkien Mee is 2 noodles. I know I had a lot of criticisms to make, but the most important thing is still there. The noodle flavor is amazing. It is expensive and it could use more frills, like more crispy lard on top, more a better chili, more wok hei. Also, paying $10 for a plate of noodles at a hawker place and not being even remotely full feels kind of bad. But I think it's still a solid plate of noodles. I don't know. As usual, at the end of the series, we will have moderation. So maybe that price points will be a little bit too absurd. We'll find out. But for now, 2 noodles. And that's all I have for you guys this time. New series, let's go. This is the part where I ask for Hokkien Mee recommendations. If there's any place that you guys want me to check out, please leave it in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, that's all. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!